Greetings, brothers and sisters. So I got an epic comment to get to. I got a whole bunch of stuff here today, like some trailers and a whole bunch of Trump stuff and QB's making another appearance in the news and so many things. So I want to start here because I got this great comment, and it had to do with a video. I think it's more about the royal family than the Kardashians, but I was making fun of the Kardashians, Kim Kardashian, right? And, I got a few comments of talking about how they have overpriced clothes on top of whatever, they're shilling there. And so it's going to feed into the comment I'm going to read and then some other stuff about the economy, Goldman Sachs, and some other things here. So let's get started with this follow-up about the Kardashians, and then we'll get into the other stuff here. So first I want to give you a little bit more information. I assume this is really high priced. So Skims, Kim Kardashian's Skims line, her cotton fleece jogger, this is from my video of yesterday when she was talking about these cotton fleece shorts. This is $70 for the jogger. I mean, just sweatpants, right? Cotton sweatpants, cotton fleece short, $54. Cotton fleece bralette, $36. $72 for a hoodie, $72 for that hoodie, $68 for just a regular gray sweatshirt. I mean, it's just, cotton fleece is not like some new technology. Not only that, Skims, good for America, not so American after all. So she had these jeans she made that were called Good American, and they were made in America. And they were between $99 and $250 for just regular jeans, which I think is, overpriced. I don't know. You guys would know more than I do. But here's the thing. We pulled some ad space posted on our Instagram and Facebook and said, this is what we're doing. We won't just sneak a label that said it was made in Turkey or China. We got a little backlash. So then they decided it was too expensive to make them in America. So they decided to, take these jeans that are called Good American and say that, they're going to be made in Turkey. Though the brand did try their best to be transparent, the idea that there was very little backlash was untrue. Many fans were upset that the brand switched up to one of the platforms that their brand was built upon, and others brought up the problematic nature of the jeans being manufactured in Turkey. One Twitter user expressed the concerns, posting a photo of the tag of Good American jeans with the caption, "Khloe Kardashian, I got my first pair of your Good American jeans, and I never felt so confused. Say what, Turkey? Wait, aren't you Armenian? But wait, Good American made in Turkey makes no sense." So they're Armenian, they made them in Turkey, and apparently you can wear them if you're preggies. That's Khloe Kardashian, otherwise known as the big one.
So, you guys make fun of me for having a bigger vagina than most.
Here's a cozy unisex onesie. Men can wear this too. It's only $128 for 4 payments of $32 after pay. And so this is, the kind of scam that they're running here. So I want to get a perspective of this. And there's plenty. I've checked the $15 to $30 box here. And so there is plenty of $15 to $30, which seems high for me. There's a lot of these sweat clothes that are 25, 18. When I started selling my merch, I was surprised at how high the merch was, but I guess that's just what it is, right? And so, that's the reality of this type of thing. And, $25, $30 seems like a lot to me for fleece sweatpants. These are all fleece. There's a Champion. Champion makes good stuff. I used to have Champion sweatshirts. So like this is name brand things. That's all under $30, right? These are all fleece. So there's plenty of options. And Kim Kardashian said hers were thin. They didn't have much material. Probably, the markup on these is probably quite high. and hers is in the $60 range, right? Even if you go from 30 to 80, they're still like hers are in the 60s, 70s, $80 range. Under Armour, and this is organic clearance. Organic, cotton is going to be more. It's $40, right? Um, and so Hanes and Nike, even Nike is cheaper than Kris Kardashian stuff, right? And so there's some high-end things, and because of her name, and one viewer pointed out she didn't have pockets on hers, right? Which is extra material and essential. Like women often don't have pockets in their clothing. And so here's all these things that are, similar stuff for much cheaper.
Let me tell you about Lemme.
Whatever. Let me tell you about Lemme. Thought of that myself. Well, that in a think tank of teenage girls, we came up with that. Let me tell you about Lemme.
Lemme is my new line of vitamins and supplements. Health and wellness has always been really important to me. I went on a serious mission.
I'm on a very serious mission. Health and wellness, very important to me. Very, very important to me. So apparently this is Kourtney Kardashian, the older one, I think the oldest one. And she has got her own brand of vitamins and supplements.
Over the last 5 years, just really finding the top doctors and scientists.
They said to me, how are you going to make supplements? I said, whatever. I'm going to find the top doctors and scientists. I put out an ad on Craigslist, and I got the top doctors and scientists to get all the top supplements, all my top supplements. They're the best in the world because I got all the top ones, the top doctors and scientists.
To really help me create this brand. We focus on ingredients that fill nutritional gaps in people's diets.
Like Botox and silicone. We had gaps in our bodies and we filled them with silicone and Botox.
If you're struggling with attention,
take some of my Lemme Focus gummies if you have trouble focusing.
Or energy.
Take my Lemme Matcha gummies. They're going to help you. They're going to help you with your energy.
Or stress.
Take some of my Lemme Chill gummies. They're going to de-stress you. If you're having trouble with your small bottom, then inject some of my Lemme silicone into it.
Lemme really gives you the boost to get you through your day. Creating this brand that had really clean ingredients, had packaging that was the best that we could do for the planet.
This packaging is so good for the planet. The planet said, hey, give me some of that Lemme packaging for me. I want to ingest it, like the silicone in your bottom. Because we need so more supplements out there. There's not enough supplements out there. So I thought I would throw my hat into the ring with Lemme. I thought of that myself. Let me tell you about Lemme.
It was really important to me. As someone who used to take 30 supplements a day, I love the idea of taking a gummy. And I just want this brand to be just something that you look forward to taking.
Exactly. The gummies are loaded with sugar. And so they negate all the properties of the supplements you're taking. So you're welcome because they taste good. And it's just placebo anyway. Because they wouldn't let me have any real ingredients. So you're just basically eating gummies. So I'm selling you gummies. So have some of my gummies. Lemme.
They're just so perfect.
Look, she's promoting her own thing here. So these things aren't available. There's her Lemme, some gummies. There's there are various people eating their gummies. There's some Babylonian hoe laying on some pills. And so Babylonian hoes, they take our Lemmies, take our vitamins, make us healthy and strong. And so there's their Lemme.com, which apparently they just want your email and phone number because they haven't released. I want to get the pricing and see what was in the ingredients of these supplements. But this is what they do. These are the Babylonian hoes who overcharged their fans for inferior merch, and now they're $1 billion family that got famous over a sex tape. Right? So I was going to add that all to my video yesterday and then read this comment. I think the comment is more generated at my coverage of the royal family. I've been getting a lot of, people showing up who are very outraged at my treatment of the royal family or butthurt about one thing or another. But I wanted to include the Kardashians there because this is very typical, right? And so what you got is these Babylonian hoes, right, that are, you know, they don't really have any redeeming qualities. And it's about who you are on the inside, right? And so you have these privileged, elitist California dopes who are, palling around with Paris Hilton, but they're on like a second tier, right? Like people know who they are in town in Hollywood. The wife is, the mom is married to a famous lawyer and then to Caitlyn Jenner, right? And they're all palling along together, right? They're a part of this elite sort of wealthy California crowd, celebrity crowd. But they want to take the next step. The mom encourages her daughter to do a sex tape and then get the sex tape published. And that with the OJ trial, they harvest this into this brand, right? This dopey elitist brand, and they get all these young women. They remake their bodies with plastic and Botox and whatever else, right? And they become these Bratz dolls, these live-in Bratz dolls, and they start influencing a whole generations of young women, right? And I guess to a certain extent, men, right? So they become like the prototype of femininity, and at least for many people in America. And I mean that's in the whole reality TV stuff, but they don't have anything inside them. They're not smart, or they're not skilled, or they're not, they don't have any good character qualities. They just know how to be rich and entitled. And then they start using this fame to sell inferior products, or products that are made, not special. Like you can spend more money for quality, but you're not spending it for quality. You're spending it on the Kardashian brand. And so now they've become, billionaires or close to billionaires. A couple of them, they're $1 billion family. They're involved with all kinds of whatever it is, right? They're always in the news, and they're shilling out this stuff, this crap. It's low vibrational, right? Why would you trust your health and your supplements to this dopey family? But this is something that has been done for a while on YouTube. These YouTube makeup people, right, who are, these YouTubers who are good at, fashion and these things and makeup, and then they sell their own makeup line, and then they start selling supplements, and so it follows a pattern, right? And you're buying their name, and their name means more, right? Their connection you feel with them, and their means that it's going to be a higher price just for the name. It's not like they're trustworthy people, or you can count on them for good products. They're taking advantage of young people and stupid people and shilling this crappy merch and crappy whatever on them. I know I'm going to get people saying, well, you're selling merch. Well, it's, if you can't see the difference, go away. Like, I don't want you here. I mean, I'm not, like what Alex Jones used to do is he would tell you the economy's collapsing and you have to buy gold, and then they would show gold, right? That's shilling. Like I let you know I have merch. I've made shirts that, I think are clever or funny or whatever. They're part of the whole pockets of the future, whatever this is here. But take it or leave it, right? You can buy them. I'm not going to sell them every day. I don't care about them, right? People ask for them, and, it benefits me to have the shirts out there, obviously financially, but also for name recognition. But I'm not, I'm not a salesman. I'm not tailoring my stuff to that. They're what they are what they are, right? I'm not, it's completely two different things, because people actually want my merch, ask me to make merch, and it took me years to get it out there, and, I'm kind of lazy about it. In fact, I should be mentioning it, like I was kind of, I put it on my list to mention it weekly, I think the last time I mentioned it was like 2 months ago. So it's a completely different thing, right? Where these guys are making overpriced products that are, made by slave labor somewhere around the world, and they're just putting it out based in their negative energy. Like they're just dopey, low life, negative energy people that are putting out all this negative energy, and now they've overpriced merch for these people they've lured into this, whatever it is they do. And I'm saying that because this is just the whole model of the royal family. We have these royal family worshippers going and walking by this corpse that's there, and this dopey prince who becomes king, and nobody likes the guy. And these people can't even pay their power bills now. The electricity, the economy's cratering, and this family avoids the estate tax, the death tax that everyone else has to pay on billions of dollars of property, and then extorts millions of dollars from the people. And, the people come and worship them, right? Are crying because this parasite just died, this, whatever. And I'm going to get into the economy in a moment, but let's read the comment. Just have this in mind. These are the kind of people that I'm covering here. So let me find the comment. Just had it here a second ago. Here it is. Okay, this person, see if I make this bigger here. King Chuck, doubters speak up. Trouble in Britney land and Kardashian land. Your commentary is pure hate. Check yourself. There's no hate. Like, hate is an energy. I don't have hate. Like, I don't care about them. Like, I make fun of them, but there's no hate. There's hate in this comment. You can feel it, right? But I don't, I could care less. Take it or leave it. I could not cover this or whatever it is, but let's get back to it. Your commentary is pure hate. Check yourself. I don't even like these people. And I'm not sticking up for them at all in capital letters. But you resorting to your annoying, big word, fourth grade bully child self isn't any better. Just stop it, report, and move on. And since I already know what you will respond, I took the pleasure of unfollowing myself, which is why this comment got, I wanted to include this comment because they wanted to drop crap at me. It's like a monkey throwing feces at you and then running into its cage, running to hide behind a rock. And so, I'm glad you unfollowed and you're not here anymore, so I don't have to worry about hurting your feelings for what I'm about to say, right? There's a few differences between me and all these people. Aside from whatever meditation and, time I spent on, spirituality and God and things I say here, that I've, feel like it's good stuff, right? Besides all the positive things the energy that's in the videos and things like that. But the difference between me and their personalities, all the people I cover, and this person who commented, is I'm not denying my contribution. I'm not denying that, mocking. I'm not saying mocking is a positive quality or positive behavior. Like the things that I do here, I'm totally aware of them being not the greatest things, right? Not, elevated behavior. And I'm not fake about it. I'm not, I'm genuine to who I am. I'm not pretending to be happy when I'm not. I'm not pretending to be sweet or kind or any of these things that people fake. Because people fake things all the time. They don't feel that way. I can't fake a smile at somebody I don't like or put on a fake, expression, do some fake modeling or whatever it is, right? I am genuine and sincere in what I do as a person, like my presentation as a person. And so those are the two differences. And the difference between me and this person, another difference, because this person's completely unaware that they're doing the same thing to me. She's wanting to hurt me, right? I mean, this is what this comment means. Okay, so this is, so first the person says, your commentary is pure hate, which isn't true. You don't feel any hate when I say these things. I don't like the royal family, and I think very low of them, and, I might look down on them, right? From a point of view that they're slime, right? But I don't hate them. It's not like I I feel any hate. I don't even feel much of anything, right? And so this person saying that is because they feel hate. When they hear me doing whatever I'm doing here, whatever triggered them, they say they don't care about. This person says they don't care about. It's a woman. She says she doesn't care about, what I'm saying here, or the people on the subject, but obviously something triggered her to feel quite angry, right? And then she says, check yourself, which is giving me an order on my channel. Somebody who is going to unsubscribe, I don't have any respect for, and I don't want here in the first place, is going to tell me, check yourself, and now I'm going to stop being a customer. It's like someone going into McDonald's and saying, hey, stop doing what you're doing and I'm never going to come back again. Right? Well, you want special treatment? You want me to stop and then you don't want to support what I'm doing? You don't want to support the change, changing my behavior that you just demanded, right? Check yourself, buddy. Right? I don't even like these people. Well, then why are you so upset? And I'm not sticking up for them at all, except that you are, right? But you resorting to your annoying, which is in a big letter, there's there's hate at all and annoying are all in caps, which means screaming annoying at me. 4th grade bully child self isn't any better. So this is supposed to make me feel bad and question my behavior, make me, this is a direct attack against me as a person and my presentation here as a YouTuber. And I don't do that to other people. Anything that I say here is not directed at the people I'm covering. Once in a while, it sounds like I'm talking to them, but I don't want them watching my videos. And I don't go to them and correct them. Like someone wrote a comment the other day and saying they wouldn't want to get in an insult off. We used to do, my buddies and I used to do we'd be in a bar line in college. This is in Connecticut. It'd be in the winter. It'd be freezing outside. And sometimes we weren't wearing coats because you had to put your coat down in a crowded college bar. And there was nowhere to put it, right, either. So you're hot in there. They packed these bars. They were beyond maximum capacity. And so these scummy college bars that were disgusting. There's a bar called Elmer's we used to go to. And there's a bar called the Dean's Office, which caught on fire. I was living in the apartment above it. And they were just these bars that were, packed with college kids, and they were disgusting. I mean, the bathrooms had, inches of water and urine, just gross, right? And we'd wait to go into the bar, and we would, do these fake rap. We were basically what now became battle rap. Rap was just coming out. That was when they had Run DMC and Houdini and things like that, right? Years and years ago. And someone said they wouldn't want to do that with me, but in my life, I don't correct people or it's none of my business. And I don't want, it's not like I'm a nice person. I just don't want the energy and connect to people that way, right? I don't go up and tell them how they're, if somebody really messes up, like if I'm at a restaurant or somebody, something like that. But very seldom would I ever say anything because it isn't going to change anything. And I don't want to have a deeper relationship with somebody. I'm not trying to hurt people's feelings or, people aren't going to change. I've said that over and over again. And by yelling at them or, being mean to them, and once in a while, with your kids or people in your life, you have to confront them when they're doing something that's just because you're getting resentful or whatever. You have to speak up. But very seldom do people change when you say I have a problem with this or that or will you stop doing this. I mean, when you have leverage over them, like when you're a parent or a boss, sure, you can, force them to change their behavior, but they're not, they're probably not going to do it willingly or they're, going to be resentful or whatever it is, right? The forceless force in Sahaj Marg, the meditation I do, force very seldom works. And I don't go to somebody's account or Instagram and because I'm not into it. I don't care. But this person just wants to dump their inner ugliness on me. If it isn't me, it's somebody else. The people in their life probably hate this person. This person sucks to be around because they have all this venom and hatred inside their system. And they just want to dump it on somebody. And this is a clear dump because she wants to dump and leave, right? This is a dump and leave. And so, let me get back to the comment here. And so but you're resorting to your annoying fourth grade bully child self isn't any better. Just stop it. Report and move on. Again, giving me orders, and you know, like I care about it. Like I would care about what this person would say, and they're going to leave anyway. And since I already know what you'll respond, I took pleasure in unfollowing myself. Well, this line where the person says, and since I already know how you'll respond, well, then why did you even write the comment? So you knew that I wasn't going to agree with any of this stuff. You knew I wasn't going to change. So you're not commenting so I'll change. So you want to hurt me. You want to embarrass me in front of other people who read the comment, who might agree. You want to get other people to say, hey, that's true, and try to leave my channel. Or you want to, just undermine my confidence or whatever, which is all evil stuff. Like that's some evil BS right there. There's got lurking evil inside of you. I know you're not listening anymore, so, but there's some evil lurking inside of you. You just want to, rip somebody else apart or just dump your evil, ugly energy on them. And then you're accusing me of doing the same thing, right? When politicians, like one of the things that politicians do, and pretty much everyone else, is that they accuse their opponents of doing what they themselves are doing. And so, like, this is, when people start accusing, I'm going to cover this in my Journey series the next, couple of days when I finish this video. But people who accuse other people of doing what they're doing is a very low behavior. They know what they're doing is wrong, and so they accuse their enemies of doing that or somebody else, so they deflect what's happening, right? And that's what this clown is doing, this unsubscriber. And the problem is, like, you get people like this who buy into the official story. And they've been duped and fooled, and they're hostile about it, but they still don't want anybody to tell them what a fool they are. Like, and again, not even directly. Like, they're just hearing my different opinion about the royal family or the Kardashians, whoever it was, Britney maybe, whoever this person identifies with. Instead of saying, wow, this stuff is actually true, and I've been duped, I've been stupid, I'm a fool. I paid, $80 for those crappy Kim squims. Those squim sweatpants, they're cotton fleece, And so instead of like just admitting to it all, right, the person lashes out at the truth that comes at them, right? You see that quite a bit, people lashing out at the truth. But, these people are all parasites. They're parasites because, oftentimes they're smarter than they present, and they know what they're doing better than they present. And, all the fakeness, all the fake waving, all the fake, oh, we love you, our fans, and all the things that they say to you, they say to their supporters and fans, and then they screw them over, right? I mean, the whole system is, it's predicated on the masses providing untold wealth for the people at the top of the system. And it's doomed to failure, right? And the economy is imploding. It's all down to perception, because I'm going to get into Goldman Sachs in a little bit. I covered Jojo Magoo on my other video today. He was shilling for Cadillac in some bizarre ad. I mean, just everything's so twisted now. But the problem is it's perception. The only thing that keeps our system going, I don't know how long ago it collapsed, but I think it's, before 2001, where it was completely insolvent, and the economy should have collapsed. Maybe in the 90s. Of course, the internet boomed. The internet boom helped a bit, and, some of these other things. But the debt, it's like $2 quadrillion worth of debt, which the earth isn't really even worth that much, at least in terms of the proper value of the dollar. And so America itself is $1 quadrillion in debt, which I've covered before. And so, it's like a zombie economy. It's a ghoul economy, or a vampire economy, very much like the royal family, right? Where ghouls, vampires, and zombies are like a organic living body that the soul leaves, the life leaves, but the body keeps on living. So it no longer has a soul in it. It's dead, but it still is animated in some bizarre way, right? And that's how so many people are, ghouls and zombies and vampires. And that's how our economy is. The soul of the economy is gone, and it just keeps on chugging along, and everyone says, oh, it's still fine, right? Oh, a leg fell off. Okay, just sew it back on, like some sort of, zombie that's losing its body parts or whatever it is, right? And so, it's just a matter of time before it can't be moved anymore. It's like Weekend at Bernie's, right? Where they're animating a corpse and pretending the guy's still alive. I mean, that's our economy. And so it's the perception of it, and it's how long that perception lasts. And, we don't even know, right? How long before it collapses entirely. And then we're all facing up to that. What does that mean, right? As an older person, it's hard to imagine living without all, it's easier to go from being a poor person to a rich person. Much easier, obviously. But if you have lived a certain lifestyle and you've had a certain level of, comforts and privileges and things, and then you don't have those things anymore, like fresh water in your house and hot water and food in your grocery store, servants, or any number of perks and things, depending on how wealthy you are. And then you don't have those things, moving vehicles and money and, whatever, all the things that we use to, the food, the money, and the electricity, the power, the gas, all these things. If they disappear, you might feel better for a time, but, you're just used to it. You don't know life any other way, and it's really hard to adjust. The older you are, the harder it is. You need a lot more comforts when you're older. You need a lot more, support to keep you going. And, a lot of us won't really be able to make it because we're too old or too weak, young, or whatever it is, without the system. And that's what we're all facing. So all this stuff is trivial, right? Because the system's already dead. It's a zombie. And we're just waiting till everyone acknowledges it. And then it collapses. And so that's where we all are. So let's get into it here. I got some other stories. So let's start here with the economy. Tell that to Biden, CEO of luxury furniture retailer RH, says anyone who thinks U.S. is in a recession is crazy, as household net worth plunges by a record $6.1 trillion in a quarter. And this has been going down for a while. The net worth of the average household is plummeting. And that means that, it isn't like money is leaving you. I mean, things are more expensive. And so the value of your money is less, right? And so everything costs more money. And it isn't that people have lost money. It's that the money isn't worth as much, right? And so, this is just, it's being held together by perception. Goldman Sachs yanks free coffee perk as bankers return to 5-day week. And so Goldman Sachs is now working its employees 5 days a week again. But it says, as employees filled the Wall Street Giants headquarters in Lower Manhattan Tuesday for a mandatory return to a 5-day work week, they got an unwelcome surprise. The free coffee station had been wheeled away, sources told the Post. And so no more free coffee for them. Tumult among flashy Goldman execs and DJ CEO is already getting nasty. Talk about passing the buck. With Goldman Sachs in something of a pinch, the finger pointing among top execs has begun, and unsurprisingly has turned nasty almost immediately. The Wall Street giant announced this week that it would slash jobs with earnings slump, and even said taking away the free office coffee. So we know how that's gone, right? And this is because the economy's cratered, and it's just, it just moves around in different sectors. So this is a Netflix trailer called The School for Good and Evil. So these two girls get picked up by this bird and flown to a Hogwarts type of school.
The School for Good and Evil, where the true story behind every great fairy tale begins.
It says it's a school for good and evil, or a movie about good and evil, but it's really about evil, right? You look at the music, you look at the, all the images, and it's all focused on the evil, dark side.
School for Good trains the heroes. The school for evil, the villains.
So one of the girls is evil.
Will be the strongest.
The line between good and evil, and the rules will be broken.
Dangerous evil is here.
It's here.
We have to protect Sophie.
You gotta protect Sophie. Sophie's choice.
If Sophie becomes evil, none of us will survive.
They won't survive Sophie's evil. She'll be the most powerful evil in the world.
I'm your best friend. Evil is controlling you.
Come on, Sophie. And so it's for kids. It's, definitely made for kids, and it's all about evil. These guys are in it.
Fairies were supposed to be nice.
So these are the fairies. These are, this is Tinkerbell in 2022 on Netflix, right? And so the basic idea is this is Hogwarts, but all of the fairy tale characters went to this school, and some were going to be the hero and some were going to be the villain, the evil, right? And so there's good and evil battling it out, but this is all about evil. Again, these are the fairies, right? And so every aspect of, just the bird that picks them up, the music, all of it, it's all evil, right? And it's definitely not for adults. It's, it's too scary for kids, but it's for kids. So, this is where we are, right? This is where we are as a culture. This is how kids, this is the kind of programming this generation of kids is receiving. But not to be outdone, speaking of Babylonian hoes, there is a Brad Pitt movie coming out called Babylon. It's about the creation of Hollywood, something that, many people in the truth community have been comparing Hollywood and, New York and Washington, D.C., California to Babylon, right? But mostly Hollywood. And then they make a movie about how it's true, right?
What about you?
Sorry?
If you could go anywhere in the whole world, where would you go?
I always want to be part of something bigger.
I love
So this is Hollywood.
that answer.
Something that lasts, that means something. Something more important than life.
Yes. It's written in the stars. I am a star.
So a big portion of this trailer is like an Eyes Wide Shut party. So I'm not going to show you all of that, because YouTube will have an issue with it. And some of these trailers, I can show the whole thing, and some of them, they copyright the whole thing, right? Netflix sucks. This is Universal or Paramount or something. I don't know. So I don't know what they'll do. But there's a lot of stuff that's just not appropriate. And it looks like, an Eyes Wide Shut Babylonian party. Babylonian hoes!
If I had money, I would only spend it on things that were fun, Not boring things like taxes. I'm just one for everyone to party forever.
And so here it is, right? Hollywood Babylon.
When I first moved to LA, signs on all the doors said, no actors or dogs allowed. I changed that.
And now, y'all ready for something different?
Whoa! It's like Caligula, Eyes Wide Shut stuff, right? Look at Tobey Maguire here. Look how ghoulish he is. There's cool masks and devil's horns. Oh, that.
Map those dreams and print them into history. Look up and say, Eureka! I am not alone.
It's a comedy. I'm slowing it down here, but it's just there's all these clipped images of like demonic and satanic and just all of it, right? Bathroom floor, and then a lot of crying. Then there's that dude with the mask and the rat, and then cut back to hiss, woman screaming. We had to skip a few images for monetization purposes, right? And this demonic party that's happening here. Brad Pitt's the Woo Stealer, and that lifeless ghoul, and the screaming again, and then more shooting, more screaming, cage match between women, allegedly. and then all the rest of it, right? That dude, Spider-Man's in it.
It's the most magical place in the world.
Babylon. It's Babylon, Hollywood. And now they've, confirmed it. Look at this sad little dude, right? I've been covering this. It's just, like he's the guy who just doesn't know what's going to hit him. Satanic panic is making a comeback fueled by QAnon believers and GOP influencers. Baseless accusations are branding people as Satanists, pedos, at the speed of the internet, just as a GOP prosecutor who recently lost an election. And this is where the QBs, there's the pizza thing and all of this stuff, right? These guys typing with their bloody fingers. We just saw a trailer, which I had to edit out parts of it because they were, too extreme for YouTube's monetization policy. And it's, like Hollywood isn't satanic. It doesn't have a relationship with the devil. Whether you believe in the devil or not, the devil is a character. There were shows, Lucifer and other shows, where the devil is featured as a character, right? There's all of it. Like if there isn't a Satan, well, they've, created a myth. They've created some legend. It's there, right? But the QBs have wrecked all that. I talked about this years ago. And the QBs have more or less disappeared. Like I don't see any. QBs are at least in hiding. Because the Q thing, I think most people know is a hoax. The former QBs at least know that the Q drops were a hoax, right? Like they didn't come true. They were just, it was either the intelligence community working a bunch of extreme Republicans and feeding them a bunch of stuff to use them, which I think is pretty much what happened. Trump shares barrage of QAnon content and other conspiracy theories on social media platform. But anyways, the whole thing, it didn't pan out and it just effed all of us.
Talk about where Mr. Trump's head is at, Ben. I know you and our
Mr. Trump, not President Trump.
colleague Von Hilliard are looking at some of his posts out today on Truth Social, out lately, and the former president seems to be in QEer territory than he's ever been before, right?
He's in QEer territory. He's in QB territory. Look at these serious people. This is serious business.
As it relates to the posting of explicit QAnon-related materials.
No way.
Tell us more about that and what that says to you.
It's not true. It can't be true.
This is the first time ever he posted a Q drop, which is a post by Q itself from 4chan that has been aggregated onto another website. It looks like an endorsement. But here's the thing. I just want to make this clear. I doubt he even knows what this is.
If he doesn't, he's like, what? He's completely oblivious to what this is. No one's explained it to him. He hasn't asked where this support was coming from, and then all the stuff that's happened since then. He has no idea. And the whole Q drops thing, if you still believe in that, my God, right? It's just wreaked havoc. Like the truth community has been way worse and way more censored since the QBs invaded it with their stupidity. Like just the stupidity, the tomfoolery.
It's a bunch of gibberish about 3-letter agencies and the FBI and all of his common enemies. So I would bet that he saw the letters FBI and, who really has control. And he's like, ooh, this sounds good to me, and just retruthed it. And why do I think that? He shared 36 things this morning, not a joke, on Truth Social. They call them retruths on there.
Retruths.
The guy is on one right now.
See, he's compromised and stolen the truth community. He's not a truther. He's a flim-flam man, right? And, he's hurt all of us, and you guys most of you Trumpers don't realize it. He's been a nightmare. And he used the truth community, but he's not a real truth person. He's a billionaire, and he's screwed over little people his whole life, right? He's the enemy. He's the enemy in orange face.
On that platform. He is going through an old-fashioned Donald Trump tweet storm on a much smaller platform that has the same amount of friction. It's very easy to share something on that platform.
All right, let's move on. Hunter Biden cries poverty in trying to slash child support for a 4-year-old. Hunter Biden is trying to get rid of his child support payments for his 4-year-old love child get his child support payments lowered by claiming a substantial change in financial circumstances He's not getting paid off by foreign governments. He's money laundering through, Hunter called a substantial material change in his financial circumstances, included but not limited to his income. He is claiming to be a starving artist. Right? They're always screwing him. And so they're laundering money through his, allegedly, through his artwork. There is this the, Biden has reportedly never met the love child. This is a stripper, former stripper, maybe current stripper, named Dallas, who's really from Arkansas. And that's the Hunter Biden baby. The first son also started selling his own paintings and unloaded at least 5 of them for $75,000 a pop. Remember his wonderful artwork. And so, that's happening. And this is stripper named Dallas with their love child. She's got alligator shoes. She's living the high life on American taxpayer, bribes from the Biden family. And that's what's happening. That's what's up. Just think where I started this video. Man, it's like I ran a freaking marathon, and then I have a whole nother almost half hour stuff about Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies kind of stuff. I mean, this has been, there's just so much, like every day. It's so bizarre, and so there's just so much deception and manipulation and despair and evil. I mean, it's just like we've just fallen off the freaking cliff, right? We just haven't hit the bottom yet. And every day it's like more of this kind of stuff. I mean, I just, I can't even keep track of it all. Anyways, only spirituality will save this world. This is Paul Romano, definitely pointing from the Apocalypse and the Ascension. Whatever. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.